Today we're preparing a new pasture for the cows. That's what we're doing today right here on the ranch. So today we're moving cows to new pasture. This particular pasture is the one that we cut hay on about a month or so ago. Since then we've had a ton of rain and the grass has come back really nicely. So since we've not had the cows in the pasture this year, one thing I want to do is go around all the fences to make sure that there's no places where trees are down, or to make sure that we don't have any gaps in the fences anywhere. We've had a lot of storms recently, so I just want to double check that. Also, we need to bring a mineral feeder over to this pasture, and we need to get their water set up. We don't have a pond here like in our other pastures, so we have to set up a water trough for the cows. So we're going to go run around these fences real quick and check them out, and hopefully, because I didn't bring any fencing material, hopefully we don't have any down fences. I feel like if I bring fencing material, we're gonna have a down fence. Hopefully by not having fencing material, all the fences will be great. I have a few of these panels that I need to pick up. We had them out here blocking some holes in the fences. We've since had the fences repaired, so as I'm going around these fences, I'm gonna grab these panels. So it's amazing in one growing season just how much brush has grown over this fence. It's very hard to check the fence because there's so much brush. There's a lot of places I can't even see the fence. We definitely need to come back through here and clean this up a little bit. It's very easy for something to fall on the fence and us never know about it. Not being able to see the fence is just making it a little bit more difficult than it should, but it's really our fault. We should be keeping up with it and cleaning it constantly. So just another project we need to add to the list. So here's a good example of fence that needs to be trimmed up. I challenge you to find the barbed wire. It's there. Matter of fact, it's probably more effective than the barbed wire itself. Those are berry vines that are super thick, but we need to clean this up so we can see if there is a hole in the fence, which I checked, and there's not. But if there isn't a hole in the fence, we can see it. You can only fix what you see, and right here you're not seeing much of anything. So we'll keep checking the rest of this fence line, see what else we come across. So this wire here, not even close to being tight, as loose as it could be. And here's a quick way to tighten it up without having to bring out your wire stretcher. We're not looking for beauty here, we're looking for functionality. This is in a place where people don't really see it anyway, except for our cows. I don't think they mind. Same wire, a lot tighter. So we're having ribs for dinner tonight, so I had to come back to the house real quick and put those on the smoker. So while those smoke, we'll be out there working, and when we come back, we'll be ready to eat. So now what we need to do is go back up to the pasture where we're gonna move the cows to and get their water set up. As I mentioned earlier, we do not have a pond in that pasture. So how we water the cows is with a trough. So what we're gonna do is go back up there, set up our automatic float, and start filling up the trough, so when we move the cows over, we'll have water ready to go. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this trough out real quick. We're gonna dump. Well, actually change of plan on that. It don't look too bad. I'm gonna clean out all the leaves and everything, make sure that the valve is free from debris, and then I'll hook up the float and we'll get this thing filled up with water. Okay, so the type of float that we use is a Jobe, J-O-B-E Mega Flow. And they have a few different valves that you can order from them. The one we get is actually called the Mega Flow. But the reason I like these, one, they go into the bottom of the trough. You're not having to worry about a valve sitting on the top of the trough that the cows can knock over, which regularly is a problem when you have them on the top of the trough. Also, these things put out a lot of water. And I've had at one time, I don't know, 8 to 10 cows around this trough, and this thing has no problem keeping up. So we have a pretty big trough here. It's 300 gallons, but honestly, you could have a much smaller trough and this would absolutely keep up. This water's 41 animals with our bulls, no problem at all. We could probably have 50 or 60 head in here and it would still take care of it. So if you were looking for an automatic water, this is a great valve. So this Jobe MegaFlow assembly has two pieces to it, the float and the valve. The float, you can just tie it as high as you want the water to go, and the water will go to that height and stop. The valve actually screws into the bottom of the trough. On all my fittings for my trough, I like to put this Teflon tape just to ensure that nothing leaks. Yeah, nothing can be easy. Hole in the water hose and it's leaking at the base, so let me figure that out. Okay, so we're on hose number 2. So we have another hose. The first one had a hole in it. What I decided to do was I backed out everything off of this fitting, and I'm gonna remove all this Teflon tape, this old Teflon tape. I'm gonna reapply Teflon tape to that. And then I had an old female fitting that I use to hook up. One side goes to this the valve fitting and the other side goes to the water hose. Also, I'm gonna put on a new one of these. It has fresh gaskets in it just to make sure that there's no leaks. So while I'm taking off the hose, I'm just gonna put new fittings on, which need to be done every so often anyways. I'm gonna do that right now, and then hopefully that'll solve our leak problem and we'll have water. Ribs looking good. A little bit of a honey pecan barbecue sauce. They're all glazed up. You know, there's nothing like working out in the pasture knowing you got some ribs smoking back at home. I know when we're done working today, these are gonna be real good. All right, time for a water break, and we'll get back at it. Okay, so we got the mineral feeder loaded up in the trailer. We're gonna take this over to the new pasture where we're about to move the cows, and we'll put salt and mineral in that. Very important as they go into the last trimester that we have plenty of mineral for the cows. Better to err on the side of too much mineral than not enough. We never wanna run them out of minerals. So we're gonna fill this up, we're gonna put it over there in that pasture, and then we'll call these cows over. So the mineral we use is Purina Wind and Rain, but we do not use the fly control. I found that they do not eat the fly control. We want to make sure that the cows are consuming enough of this to ensure they're healthy as well as their calves. So Purina Wind and Rain, non-fly control has done wonders for our herd. Ribs are coming along nicely. We're gonna go move the cows, and time we get back, these will be done, and we'll have some good eating for supper tonight. Come on, girls! Woo! Come on! Yeah, girls! Yeah! Come on, girls! All these cows are coming up to the ranger. I'm gonna wait for them all to kind of get bunched up together, and then we'll let them out. That way we ensure we get everybody. And then we'll check this pasture to make sure we don't have any stragglers. As you can see, Miss Stormy here, our friendly cow, she's ready for some new grass. Huh, girl? They are on the grass now. This coastal grass is tall. Our bull, our big boy. He's a 3-year-old. He is a fat thing. Breeding these cows, doing his job. He's about done with his job for the season now though. They should all be bred. Except for number 36 who I saw the other day, they were still chasing around. They are in the protein. There is protein all in this grass. Right when we turn cows to new pasture, I like to look around. This is always a good time. I can see if anybody's limping or if there's anything weird going on. Look around for pink eye. It's a good opportunity just to check them, just to make sure there's nothing that I should be noticing that I haven't seen yet. Well, the grass is doing good and the cows are doing great. It is amazing what 1 year has done as far as our grass is concerned. Last year, we were in a drought. It was hard to get grass to grow. We were having to be very careful with rotating cows, even evaluating if we should sell some animals. This year, we have grass everywhere and our ponds are full. So very thankful for our situation this year. We're also mindful and we know that that could change. We have grass and water now. It could get hot. It could become a drought again. Not all situations are ideal. And at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we're giving ourselves and our animals the best opportunity to succeed. Right now, they have the grass they need as they're going into their third trimester, which is very important. This is when these cows' nutritional needs really go up. And so ensuring that we have good quality grass that they can continue to graze on, also good quality mineral, will ensure that we're setting ourselves up for the best chance to have a fantastic calf crop. Well, our job's done here. Now it's just up to the cows to take this grass and turn it into beef. It's about time to go back up to the house, check on those pork ribs in that smoker, and see how they're coming along. And I think it's about time to eat. Well, I just got back to the house and I pulled off the ribs. Let's see how they came out. Look at that. Amazing. There's nothing like working hard, coming back to some really, really good food. Woo, that's good. That's good right there. Well, thank y'all for hanging out with me today, and we'll see you next time right here on the range. Woo, very good.